What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 21 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Malekith and Naggarond Inc. campaign. Attention, Naggarond Inc. workers. By decree of our beloved tyrant CEO, non-work hours have been temporarily suspended. If you feel your motivation lacking, misery pods have been strategically set up for your convenience. Naggarond Inc., where misery is just a pod away. So as we saw last time, a couple of relatively small battles, but no less significant, because I do believe that was the last major battle against the Decadent Host, being where they sallied out and attacked Admiral Yorn from the Fortress of the Damned, though it did avoid a major battle by virtue of them not being able to bring their garrison. At the very least, we got to watch Harry Hammer Smash fight for a little while, and, well, I guess we won't be seeing him again. I'm actually curious. So he was in the Decadent Host, right? If the Decadent Hosts are destroyed, would other Chaos factions then be able to recruit him instead? I guess we'll find out if we see him again, because I doubt that we'll see him again with this particular faction. Anyway, in terms of what we gotta do this time, well, it's destroy these two, as well as, well, I guess, the Bleak Colds and potentially the Lizards as well. We're waiting to have Malekith hit up Hexoatl, and that should certainly be viable. In fact, Furion, get a little bit closer to Malekith. I don't think anybody can actually attack you out here anyway, so there's no real need to sit in the Ziggurat of Dawn at the current time. We're also at 300 Witch King's authority, so perhaps we'll want to try to confederate somebody this episode, and probably it should be Rakarth, because we're starting to move down into the jungles, and if we do end up getting into a fight with the Hunts Marshal's expedition, which is somewhat likely, then we'll probably want to be able to crush them between both of our factions at the same time. Though we'll see if that's actually going to happen or not. Obviously, we'll want to probably turn towards Ulthuan rather than the jungles, especially because the jungles are all yellow territory, and we just plain don't care as much about them. In terms of who we have to... Oh, wow, we have a lot of money to spend, but we also have moves to make, I think, at least with you. And Jaden, quickly take out the Dark Elf Rebels here. Valal, we can take you out like so. You also have a Scarecrow banner that you don't really need, but whatever. And I took a little bit of damage there, but I think we'll take the money instead. 123 slaves ain't bad, but it also ain't crazy necessary right now. Jaden, move into regular stance and pop back into the Moon Shard, and then we'll see what exactly the Bleak Colds will do. If they attack us, I think even with you somewhat hurt, you should be able to take them out. And ooh, look at that. You have your names of power as well. You have Tyrant on you, which ain't great, but I would love to see what you have in terms of your name of power, so we might as well take it. Lord's Army. You know, I'm always tempted to try the aristocratic names of power, but from the last few times I've actually played the Dark Elves, I never remember a single good trait coming out of the aristocratic names of power. They're weirdly weak, and it's supposed to essentially buff up provinces, but it doesn't ever seem to be worth your time. Although maybe in SFO there are better traits there, so I am tempted by it, but maybe not for you, because enemy leadership would then be completely wasted. So let's try that revered name of power, improve the Lord's Army, see if we get anything interesting here. The Grey Vanquisher. Ooh. Shades and Dark Riders, eh? Oh, that's actually quite interesting. And Kraken Claw. Well, we're not going to give her Kraken Claw, but this is definitely one that you really, really want on a few lords, and this does tempt me. I mean, plus 100% armor-piercing missile and weapon damage on Black Ark Corsairs. It's pretty fantastic. Certainly powers them up significantly. The only problem with this is, A, we already have a lot of Black Ark Corsair armies that are going to be built up with our Black Arks, and I'm not sure that I want the Sorceress of Beasts with it. I think we'll go with Grey Vanquisher. We're going to have to just build a bunch of Dark Riders for Jaden here, and then we'll just use her essentially as a follower army for Marathi. I think that'll work, because Marathi also likes the Dark Riders, and they can combine well with her shape Shades and her Doomfire Warlocks and her, well, that's actually going to be the main part of the army, but yeah. Alright, let's go the Grave Vanquisher. Like so, though I am tempted by Kraken Claw. Those are some great choices, though. Yeah, very nice. Well done, Jaden. Just gonna have to hope that you survive next turn, as it would be unfortunate to now lose that. Let's also get you Route Marcher, I guess? And we probably don't need to lean into anything here because, well, we're gonna be going for Dark Riders with you, and it's pretty much going to be all Dark Riders with repeater crossbows. Of this, I think it would be a waste to get Dark Riders with shields and the regular ones, basically, as the ones with the repeaters are pretty good, and especially as follower units. What I'm getting at is it would be useless to lean into any of this until we actually have those in her army. Alright, well, that's you, Jaden. Try to survive the next turn. Anybody else need to move or do anything? I don't think so. I think we'll wait until next turn to try to maybe confederate somebody. How about you? Minus 11, that's not bad. You know what, let's wait until next turn. What if he loses an army and then we can just instantly confederate you together with, for example, probably Rakarth. Although I'm still tempted by Loke here. The thing is, we're probably not going to send any help to him for now, so we'll probably want to wait a little bit. We're a lot closer to Rakarth here, I guess, in some ways. Although in other ways, this is probably close to his territory, depending on how well he's doing. Tempting both ways, but anyway, let's do our building, and then let's go next turn, and let's try to find ourselves a proper battle. Are we... Okay, we got nearly done on you. And we'll probably need to speed up these buildings, but for now it's fine. Anyway, Titan Peaks, you are our most money-making province, which means we need to make even more money here. Not right now, perhaps, but, well, at the very least, soon. And, ooh, we also got to pay attention to our public order everywhere, because it's going to become real problematic as soon as we confederate. It'll certainly be an issue, but for now we'll ignore it. What do we want to build here? You know, a Tower of Dark Rituals is probably decent choice pretty much everywhere, but I feel like it's too expensive right now for us, so we'll have to leave it. Grand, let's build the arena there, and yes, we will replace all of those useless slave market buildings that we deleted last time, or slave pens, with all of these black roads, which are much, much better. Alright, more money out of this place. Claude Coast, you're up next. Yes, we'll go to the slave district for the public order everywhere. Dagrax and... I guess we could get the Estates of the Masters here. It's more slaves per turn, which is the reason we haven't been doing it so far, though. The growth here is okay, on the other hand. On the other hand, you know what? These things are going to be around forever, so let's just do it. I also don't want to see them every single turn, just to speed it up. And oh, look at that, Harganeth, you are going to be maxed out next turn, which means we actually don't need you or you anymore. I'm actually glad I looked back here. What about here? Titan Peaks, nah, you're nowhere near to tier 5, so we can hold on to that one Estates of the Masters for now. Anyway, Iron Coast, we are looking... Okay, here, I guess we could build you two up as well. I know, it's money and it's slaves, but it'll save us time in not having to check stuff. And, ooh, the Dark Crag is available. Yes, you know what, we're going to upgrade you. We're also probably going to have to go for the Sorceress's Abode. And, oh, right. So, one of the problems with the Hag is that it doesn't have any diktats available. Still can't get that Temple of Cain, can we? Oh well. Let's see. We can use 1,000 slaves to instantly upgrade the Dark Crag. Just do it. Not a crazy amount of money, but additional trade goods. Ooh, and in fact, the influx of the additional trade goods, we will want to probably check Diplo after this, just before we end the turn. Anyway, Hag, anything else we need to build here? Oh. Dreadmance, obviously, because we will be recruiting Malice's army here. And probably a lot of Blackheart Corsairs as well, because we have a reduction on him here. Let's get to you, Dark Elf Residences, Ashen Coast. Right, within the newer territories. Alrighty, well, let's just upgrade everything we can. We will leave the city tunnels for now. It'll eventually go away, but for now it remains useful. Sulfurettes, do we want the public order building here? As in the slave slums? I mean, we'll probably build black roads and slave slums here and there and everywhere, so yeah, why not? It's going to be a decent money-making province at the end of the day. every single province that has 4 territories. Has to be that. You are at -8. Oh, wow. Provincial instability is not actually as considerable as I thought. Man, I think that we're actually better off going for the not slave drive, but fights to the death here for the public order. Because it's -17 now, but if we confederate, that'll be another -8. Yeah, we're really going to have to pop Malekith's quest, I think. I don't see much of a choice in the matter. Probably after we take Hexoatl out. Plain of Dogs and Ice Rock Gorge. Alright, so you're going to be one of our military locations. We still want to build the Sorceress's Abode here, as well as... we might as well just upgrade the Dark Elf residences. And, oh wow, -5? Yeah, we're going to have to do another control bonus here as well. This is really quite problematic. Yeah, look at all that. Our public order is already falling pretty much everywhere. You know what we really need to do? We need to complete that quest from the Whispers in order to get the public order from that. I do have to wonder whether we'd be benefiting a lot from building the torture posts here, but on the other hand, if we never bother collecting income in this province, it won't matter. As in if we use it as a full military province, so maybe Temple of Cain? We do want these everywhere. I guess there's a lot of stuff we want everywhere, isn't there? No, we're not going to build the slave district, at least not here. Maybe a nice rock gorge. Alright, fine, let's build the Altar of Cain. The hero that reduces the cost of these is too far away, so we're obviously not going to do that right now. Cold Myers. How much money do you collect? 2. It collects 2. I've never seen that. What the heck? Folly of Malefex 1, Palace of Princes 1. Why? -100? Oh, is it because of raiding in our own territory? What the heck is going on here? Yeah, I guess it's because Sharkia is raiding. Ah, okay. 2. It's just, it's hilarious. Demand highborn hostages, please. And we'll want to upgrade these places. Do we upgrade the towers first? You know what? There's going to be a lot of stuff that needs to be built here. So actually, rather than the control, we're going to go for the slave drive. And let's see, you're gonna need defenses ASAP, Folly of Malefex. Let's figure this out. Fetid Catacombs, you're actually probably also gonna need defenses, but we'll go for the growth for now. We'll need to quick grow this province, so let's start out with growth. We're gonna go for the Dark Tower here. We're going to delete, I think, the Halls of Mustering, as they shouldn't be in the Twisted Towers in the first place. And that's good for now, although, you know what, while we're here, let's take a look at the other locations in this nearby territory. -20 in the Northern Waste, problematic, but we'll ignore it for now. What about this place? We'll have to completely retool this place as well, but for now, we'll just leave it as it is. -9, though. We're gonna need torture posts here. I'm kind of tempted to delete the Halls of Ravaging and replace them with torture posts. Temporarily, mind you. Although... what's our... ow. I was wanting to take a look at the master capacity, but it's so horrible right now that we don't have to do anything with it. Okay, fine. Next up, Isthmus of Lustria and the Witchwood. Okay, you know what? We will want to upgrade the Witchwood. Do we want to public order increase it? I mean, we're probably not going to get too much use out of it. Let's just go for torture posts here for now. We'll still upgrade you. It takes so long to upgrade that place that we might as well get started on it. Machu Peaks and Fallen Gates. Yeah, let's get started on you as well. You can build spices, and frankly, you should be replaced with the marble rather than the artisan's house, so we'll swap that out. Bleak Coast. You are... well, we're not going to do anything with you right now, although maybe it'd be beneficial to upgrade the Dark Tower here so that we can... upgrade the defenses and thereby not have to have Jaden sit here with potential attacks from either these guys or the Bleak Holds, so let's upgrade that. And then we're not going to repair these two at the current time. The Ziggurat of Dawn and Port Reaver. What about you two? We won't have Skeggy for a while yet, but we will want to upgrade whatever is more likely to get attacked, which is probably Port Reaver. I mean, either one, I guess. Probably won't make much of a difference either way, and there we go. That's all of our money, and that's, I believe, everything that we can do this turn. Now, we check the rights, and then we check diplomacy, and then we go. I'm very tempted by the constant casualty or punishment rate, but we'll save it for emergencies, or this particular ability for emergencies in general. Then, Diplo. Do we have... non-aggression pact with these guys? We'll ignore it for now. Damn, I was hoping to be able to activate a trade agreement, but it looks like it's not possible at the current time, and... yeah, no dice. No dice. But oh well. Alright, skip, and let us end the turn. How many kills do we need? 2704. Working on it. Getting there. End turn. Alright, let's see what Furion and Exarian and the Bleakholds people do. Also, it seems that the okay, Alariel's going to declare war on us a little bit earlier than I would have liked, but you know what? We should have been expecting that, and in fact, I was expecting it, which is why we haven't, well, we were trying to avoid identifying the Ulthuan factions for as long as possible, because it was likely that they would attack us as soon as they saw us, especially since Nikari's basically destroyed, and since the Scourge of Cain fell. And this is a problem because they do have some northern territories, which means we're going to have to defend these locations. We'll probably have to get one of the Black Arcs back. The good one, the one with the stuff built. Alright, that's fine. Call your allies to help. Ancestral Throng, good. I'm sure that Gromby will appreciate destroying some elves. Alright, looks like though they did declare war on us, none of their armies were close enough directly to attack us instantly, so... And that's fine. Control +1, own local province for Malekith and for Malice and Rhetorician, Evil Choir Master. Hey, another factor. Alright, we'll have to put the factor somewhere. Campaign movement range for armies. Good, good, good. Do you have a factor? No, let's give you a factor. Wait, actually... can factors be taken by non-lords? I'm not sure that they can. Well, you hold on to a factor for now. And then we'll see. And you know what? Hold on to an Evil Choir Master. Everybody deserves an Evil Choir Master. Alright, and the rest of this looks good to me. Okay, now, the important stuff. First of all, Malekith, you are going to... Well, actually, no. Let's put you here. Just so that they don't interfere with Malekith, and I should probably give you the steel tech buff while I'm at it. Do so. Continue the steel techery. We've only got 1 or 2 more turns of it left, so... let's see, sacrifice two turns. Okay, then, Malekith. We're gonna pop you into Druki for a strike. We're gonna have you march on Hexoatl. Perfect. Perfect-ish. And Valiant Defeat. Ooh, they do have some nice stuff in here. Should be an interesting time. And then... Alright, we're going to have Furion move to Malekith and transfer the Charybdis and the Warhider. These are probably temporary, in the sense that Malekith will eventually have Black Dragons and Manticore Lords, but for now. We should also trade the Raven Heralds from Malekith's army to Morathi's army, but we'll do that later as well. Let's take the Cold One Chariots and I guess the most hurt unit of Spears for this. Something along those lines. Alright, and then you two can attack afterwards. Morathi, we probably want you to march towards the Monument of the Moon just in case it doesn't fall to the humans here. Minus 20, yeah? Yeah, they're still likely to attack us, so we may have to go for them preemptively. Just keep an eye on everything that's going on in their territory, though. And Morathi, you're not going to be able to heal here very well, but you need to move up north in order to get to Recruiter Asperon. Anyway, and, ooh, yes, Recruiter Asperon. Before I forget, you need to continue recruiting. Shades with... I guess we could do Great Swords. Ooh, although... I mean, I guess if we confederate right now... Wait. Okay, so what I wanted to check was this. Confederation... minus 13. It's not gonna fly. Okay, what about this? Bleakholds, they want peace. Would you be willing to peace and Yes, you will be willing. Okay. I know that this is kind of stupid, but this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna join confederation with you. I don't know that we can peace out and confederate, so I'm not gonna risk it. We're gonna join confederation with you like so. I know it's only for 1 settlement and 1 army, but whatever. We'll it'll spare us some effort / time. Then we are going to immediately confederate Rakarth. Where are we here? Rakarth brings back destroyed faction. I don't think he's destroyed because we saw that several other factions are fighting him. So, is this the right move? I don't know if it's the right move, but it's the move that we're making. There we go. Yes, he has a few provinces. Good. And wow, we're down to 5.3k. So obviously we're going to have to delete a bunch of stuff, and... I don't see Rakarth. Is he dead? He's dead. Okay, well, 3 more turns until he's up and running. It's okay. Did we get anything fancy here? Some saber tusks, explosive squigs I don't really care for. More saber tusks here. Alright, well, he does have a full stack ready for him. We'll have to obviously deal with the loyalty problems with that, but I'd love to have a battle first, so probably gonna have Malekith move on in. I do want to take a look at... Oh! Okay, that's not great. That's not great. We've got Shadow Warriors. I wonder where you're going, Rama. Okay, so Admiral Yorn, you are going to have to counteract this. So we're going to pop you into full speed stance. We're going to, well, full speed you on out of here then. Admiral Valal can't do it for us because his army is not complete. We'll just leave him with Malice while he, well, becomes complete. Per se. You're gonna move into the Fortress of the Damned then, and then Hellebron and co will move out in a second. Oh, as I was saying before, Alariel distracted me with the war thing. It seems that the consensus is, yeah, we'll create, well, jury rig, I suppose somebody dubbed the idea, our own legendary heroes and lords via the dual names of power, which should be pretty fun. I'll probably do that next episode as well, it looks like we have a bunch of admin to do right now, and in fact, to counteract that admin, we're gonna fight right now. Malekith, you are missing the Doom Bolt, which you do want. You already have a version of the Word of Pain as well. You have the item that reduces the cost for the Doom Bolt, so it's a pretty good use of our time. Sadistic is also pretty good use of a point. We really got to be careful with Malekith's points because he has a lot of extra points that he needs to spend by virtue of being a hybrid fighter caster lord, as well as blue line and red line and unique line. In fact, I fear that he won't have enough points, but for now, let's get Doom Bolt. Okay, and we haven't reset him, right? So if I screw up with the point allocation, we can always undo some of that. Anyway, Malekith, time to go. As still valiant defeat, I see. You're going to have to work overtime yourself, so good luck. Alrighty, no speech from Malekith this time around, unfortunately, but oh well. I guess he doesn't want to make a speech every single time. He can always get one of his minions to do it. Anyway, should be a fairly interesting fight. This will be our debut for our first War Hydra, as well as our Charybdis, and while the Outer Resolve may have said valiant defeat, I really doubt that the enemy can do much here. How are they going to deal with our magical superiority? I just don't think that they can. Now, there are some very threatening units and some priority targets here. We're going to send our assassins, our Raven Heralds, to kill off this Basti with the Reviv Crystal. We know that these guys are fantastic at doing this sort of thing, and they damn well will lean into that, so that's going to be how we start the battle off. Meanwhile, our Charybdis and our Hydra, together with our Blackguard of Naggarond and both of our Masters, are working on the enemy gate, because we were in Druki First Strike. We deployed basically right before the gate where the enemy couldn't really react to us. Looks like we've dropped that Reviv Crystal down to about half HP already, and a good 15% HP taken down with every single full volley from those Raven Heralds. Once again, and I know I say this a bunch of times, I really wish that you could actually build these guys as a separate unit, not just a single one. Once again, Raven Heralds exist in the lore, and it's not just a single unit of them. I'm not entirely sure why the game decided that there would only be one. Maybe because they're too powerful? I'm not entirely sure. But it's not like they're... I mean, take Fireleech Bolas, for example. They're also ludicrously powerful for their cost. Just make Raven Heralds available, but at a higher cost and a higher tier and whatnot. Anyway, I digress. We're about 2/3 of the way through the enemy gate here. The War Hydra and the Charybdis poking their many heads through that through that gate right there. Let us in. I don't know what the heck the Charybdis is doing, but it looks funny. Anyway, I'll watch those guys fight as soon as they break through the actual gate. Malekith is also flying around trying to annoy this enemy unit of Pterodon Riders because, well, they can't really get away from him. The enemy is also firing at him with their single unit of, their single solar engine, but I don't think Malekith cares all that much. That said, he is actually reasonably fragile now that he no longer has that satchel of potions, as he doesn't have a way to easily regenerate himself, and he has to rely on using Soul Stealer on the enemies, so we'll have to keep an eye on big blobs of enemy units so that we can use that Soul Stealer repeatedly. Anyway, it looks like Seraphon is getting a nice meal out of these Pterodon Riders, if nothing else. And Malekith won't have to feed his favorite dragon any of his men to keep them doing stuff well. Anyway, the gate has finally broken down, and the Charybdis and the Hydra have made it into the fray. The Charybdis has the toxic venom on it, so any units that it smashes into are going to start taking a lot of extra damage. Plus it's anti-large, so the enemy Kroxigor Lord and Kroxigors here are probably not going to have the greatest time against it. Now this is what it's made for, after all. Although it looks like quite a lot of them are trying to hit the Charybdis rather than the Hydra, which isn't as great because obviously the Hydra is going to be a lot more tanky and survivable with all this. Anyway, how are we looking here? The Kroxigor and the Kroxigors and the Kroxigor Lord are both in pretty bad shape, dropping below half HP. The rest of our army is also now starting to move out of the trees where they've been hidden for this entire time, as I wanted to prevent the enemy towers from destroying them. Malekith has dropped down and is going after that Basti with Solar Engine because it has started to annoy him too much, and he can't have the sun ability light up the darkness. It's not edgy enough. Alright, I don't imagine he'll have too much trouble with that thing, and now the Kroxigors as well as the Cold Ones are getting hit in the back by our Raven Heralds, even while they get hit from the front by all those Charybdis and Hydra heads. Alright, there we go. Very, very nice. We also have our single unit of Black Guard of Naggarond facing off against Temple Guard and against Saurus, but they're looking pretty good so far. Let's see. Yeah, they have not taken all that much damage, especially interesting considering the fact that they're not being supported by monsters on this side, but hey, they're doing good work. Here comes a Piercing Bolt of Burning to bombard the blob of enemies while the Black Guard hold the line. Help them out a little bit, and our archer units, our range units rather, are also shooting this blob in the back, and there we go. Here comes the Hydra. Not going to wait for it to be out of melee to get the Hydra breath in. We've got spells to dish out the damage. We don't need to rely on the Hydra breath in this particular case. Alrighty, and how are we looking otherwise? Bounce power is about, I want to say, 70% in our favor. The Charybdis now fighting some Cold One riders over on this side, but once again, that's what it's made for, so it should be able to rip them apart fairly well. Malekith is fighting another unit of Cold One riders. One unit is routing, and there's a Saurus Scarvet out there as well, though it looks like we won't be able to get much more help from those Raven Heralds, as the enemy has soaked up too much of our ammunition, and we have very little left. That said, I doubt that Malekith is going to be too concerned with it, and he has destroyed the enemy solar engine as well. Alrighty, Cold One riders are running from the Charybdis, and the Master will be seeing lots more Charybdises, and Hydras when Rakarth is on the field, as we'll obviously be building him around his monsters. I'm gonna get him a bunch of Scourge Runner chariots and the Charybdises and War Hydras, while Malekith can have the Black Dragons instead. Anyway, very few of the enemy Saurus remain here. Here comes a Soul Stealer to dish out a little bit of extra damage and have Malekith get a little bit of that HP recovery. And Malekith has landed to help out the monsters and the very last enemies that are still trying to hold. Although all these effects are making it difficult to see what the heck is going on. Alrighty, Black Guard of Naggarond, I should say, chasing the enemies down, and with that, it looks like the enemy army has shattered, and the battle is ours. Alright, no problem at all. Looks like we didn't take really all that much damage in the first place, and of course the Murderous Prowess activates just as the battle ends. I see that that is still an issue, and yes, I'm aware that we have that research that will allow us to sacrifice slaves in order to activate Murderous Prowess earlier. It's just that at this stage in the game, I feel like we're better off fighting without that ability and using the slaves instead to speed up certain buildings. So I'd rather not waste their numbers later in the game, where it won't be nearly as necessary. I think, especially if we can capture Ulthuan, all those ports should be giving us a lot of extra slave income, and thus we shall be able to use it a little bit more during battles. Not that we're really reliant on Murderous Prowess prowess at the current time. Anyway, good job to everybody here. I'm going to speed the rest of this up as we chase down at least a few of the enemies. Malekith still has one of his healing abilities active, I believe, right before the battle ended. Just gonna let him heal up until it's done, and there we go. Alrighty, Hexoatl, no problem at all, but that is just fine by me, especially as it is nearly time to hit up Ulthuan. Alrighty, there we go. Nice little fight. I gotta say, I was very impressed by the Charybdis, certainly acting as a glass cannon there. Due to the lack of Hydra regeneration, it did take a lot of damage, but at the same time, it also dished out 40k damage and 4 times as much as the Hydra did. So, yeah, be wary of the Charybdis. The Raven Heralds once again cleaning house, and I have said I love the unit, and they're just so good at assassinating those large single entities, which they did with gusto, killing off the Reviv Crystal, the Feral Stag, and several of the units of Cold One Riders. Malekith got himself 60k, or at least nearly so, and damage as well, very respectable, and a little bit on the Sorceress of Fire, and hey, can't leave out the Employees of the Month. They went right through that gate together with the monsters, and did not disappoint, barely losing any units and holding the line. And we are going to sack the place because it's a decent amount of cash, and we're going to need bonus money to deal with Rakarth's territories, so yeah. Despite, ooh, perfect vigor on Malekith, very nice. And more sacking settlement buffs, and another factor. And hello, Lichbone Peniton Furion, no, but a very nice pickup, Furion. A very nice pickup indeed. That's going to come in very handy. You can hold on to the factor for now, at least until we swap you out. Malekith, you are actually going to move immediately. And Furion can, I guess, take this. We lose Malekith's Cold One Chariots like this, but you know what? I don't see any way out of it. So Malekith, you're gonna move here, and then this way you can attack Skeggy next turn, and then start moving north. We're going to need to head to the Avalor, and at the same time, I see the Sword of Cain here at Toranlek. So we should probably send Malekith over there. Actually, if he heals enough over the next turn, or maybe the next 2 turns, since we have the Confederation debuffs, we should really do that Destroyer quest regardless of whether we are currently going to use it or not. Anyway, Isthmus of Lustria secured, -18. We're going to actually immediately pop the Control counteraction and the Demand Highborn Hostages. We'll repair you. We're going to delete the Artisan's House for now and replace it with a bunch of growth buildings. Let's also build a Sawyer, which will counter, well, actually, let's do this. And then we'll build you, because that saved us money. Fantastic. Alrighty, and then we'll obviously need to... Ooh, I'm almost tempted to just speed up the Dark Hold here and increase the level of the Sawyer, but then again, it's only another 10%. Maybe we wait until we have another big upgrade, and then we do it. Anyway, that went reasonably well. Well done, Malekith, and I have some names for the Hydra and Charybdis. I will do that next time when I name the legendary heroes as well. And might as well do it all at the same time. Anyway, Crone Hillebron. Now you need to proceed to the Silver Tower of Sorcerers, although, oh, looks like it's going to take a fair few turns to get there, right? How close is Malice to it, just out of curiosity? Malice, if you go into regular stance, ooh, I think you can reach the Silver Tower in 1 turn. The only problem is you won't be able to attack it yourself, because it'll have defenders. That said, it doesn't mean that Hellebron can't march stance to support you, so we'll pop you into raiding stance. We'll pop Sharky into Blood Mountain, as she won't be needed to support Malice yet. We will have the Tech Thieves Steel Tech from Infernius. Like so, and like so, and you don't need that Dark Steed. But we will get you, actually, nothing. And you can't get the Steel Tech as yet. Guess we could get spread control or something. I mean, they're all still probably going to remain as tech thieves, at least these sorceresses. We can always recruit newer sorceresses for non-tech thief purposes, although it depends. If some of them have like a really good trait, maybe we'll swap them out. Anyway, Ava, the other tech thief, you're gonna move around. Actually, it doesn't matter where you go. Like so, and are you good in terms of steel tech? Yes, you are. Okay, fantastic. Alrighty, and was that all the tech thief sorceresses just while we're here? Ooh, Deshenshar, you are going to the Underworld Sea because you're going to be joining Malice. Alright, Steven Segalis, I also wanted to... Huh, wait, you went through the sea, right? What? Let's say, oh, I did not press set sail. That would have been bad. Steven Segalis, you are moving, or at least I was originally planning to move you here to Dracula Spire, and it looks like we can actually do so. So, that's what you're gonna do. Beautiful. And then that'll reduce the cost of this. Not that that was crazy expensive in the first place, but it is necessary. Man, I can't believe we halved our income with the Confederation. We're really gonna need to deal with it. Exarian Wormscale, who is going to be one of Malice's named companions, a legendary hero. Not a crazy one, mind you, but Malice gets regular non-legendary ones, just like souped up, but not crazy souped up. We gotta find a nice balance with it. Ooh, also we have completed our tech, our research, and hello. Alright, whoa. Okay, so first of all, there's a master here, you're going to move out. Yeah, you have nothing, and you're going to rebel because you're a new lord brought with a Rakarth, so we'll send you here, and then you can die at sea. Who is this? Colin, it's another sorceress. We actually have decent sorceress capacity, so we don't need you, but we'll keep the masters because we can't deal with them at the current time. Nonus is going to be deleted, I guess. Because he's at 0, and then I take it you're at 0 as well. I really wish it wasn't at 0, it's kind of stupid. I remember this being around for absolute ages, the loyalty thing with the Dark Elf confederations, but it feels pretty dumb. Harrison, I think? Wait. There should be a guaranteed one. Morancy. Let's go with Morancy. I don't know how much loyalty you have, but hopefully it's enough. We're gonna move you here. 4 loyalty. Ooh, that ain't great. Okay, here's what we'll do. For now, we'll give you a... You can have a factor. And you can have an evil choir master. We're still at 4. Damn. I was hoping that would at least fix it. Degenerate kettle drum. It always makes me laugh. And then we're gonna have you transfer to... Oh no, you can't transfer? That's not good.
What do you seek?
Please tell me you can actually transfer. Yeah, you can. Okay, good. That was worrying. Oh, and there we go. That actually puts you up to loyalty 6, which means we no longer need Akonet. That sounds like a Tomb King name, not a Dark Elf name. Alright, you're gonna defect, but that's fine. Morancy will kill you, and then Morancy will transfer this army to Rakarth. Nonus, you will also need to transfer your arm, or your forces, so we can give the remnants of it to Rakarth. Harrison... Oh man, I wish I remembered whether Harrison had 0 loyalty. You have 0 loyalty. Viana. Who else? Sereth. Sereth definitely has 0 loyalty. I remember the name. We're gonna need to clear these guys out, especially since we can recruit at higher levels. Okay, let's hope that Harrison is not at 0 loyalty. Don't screw me on this, Harrison. 3, okay, well, not horrible, but... Alright, pop you in there, like so. And Harrison's still at 3. Can we give her a factor, maybe? What do you have, by the way? Yep, tough, which isn't horrible, it's just that you're low level compared to the, compared to ones that we can recruit now. Have an evil choir master. That didn't put you up to 4. Unfortunate. I give you a scarecrow banner. I mean, it's unlikely that you're going to lose 3 loyalty over a single turn, right? I don't actually know what the maximum amount of loyalty loss over a single turn can be. Auxiliaries factor, and yes, this is a little bit annoying, but well, it's kind of necessary with all the confederations, so it should hardly be surprising. Okay, we're at 6.4k. Still not great, but a little bit better. I suppose the Confederation of the Bleak Holds will also yield a few things, and I also want to take a look at what's going on out here. Ooh, what do we have here? And it's another master. Man, we got so many masters running around. Minus 28? Oh my. That ain't great. Let's not collect income here. And we're going to counteract that with fights to the death. We're probably going to have to do that everywhere. Even here. But here I think we're going to continue collecting income because it's a decent amount. Demand highborn hostages. What are we doing out here? Minus 19. Yikes. Well, demand highborn hostages will somewhat counteract this. The thing is, we're probably going to have to build a lot of stuff here. On the other hand, nah, still go control. Still have to do control. And it's just too problematic. Alrighty, and then we'll deal with the buildings probably next time. I just want to make sure that everything else is dealt with, as in the heroes and the lords and whatnot. So, Jaden the Grey Vanquisher, I want you to... Oh, is this guy really going to raid us? I think we have to destroy him. You know what? These guys can all move. Yeah, let's destroy him. We probably won't need all the units that we have at the current time. Just wondering whether we should transfer some of them. Like to one army? Well, I guess we could do that later as well. Do we need the Blackheart Corsairs in this army? Well, I guess Jaden will be using Dark Riders, but there will have to be an army to defend this place against potential attacks from Avalorn and from these guys who are also probably going to declare war on us fairly soon. Alright, Jaden, I'm going to have you attack Kazrak. I imagine this should be auto-resolvable, right? Oh wait, and he's stuck, he can't run. We have a guarantee to kill him, I just realized, because as soon as we declare war, the zone of control exertion will mean he can't move, right? I could be mistaken, let's give this a try. Declare war. And what does he have in his arm? Oh, it's just nothing. Okay, we could auto-resolve this. Beastman War, it's all tier 1. And we lose a Reaper Bolt Thrower. I don't care, because we have more... Yeah, we have 3 Reaper Bolt Throwers. We're actually going to have to delete some of these anyway, so that's fine. Alright, like so, and we will take the... Oh, wow, decent amount of slaves for that. Yeah, we'll take that, and a slave. Fantastic, and his defeat trait is kind of meh. It's actually very much meh, so we don't care about that either. Alright, next up, what we want to do is have you, Exarian, lose your High Elf Slave and your... Ooh, Potion of Healing, very nice. Then you're going to do the same thing. Crown of Command, Pigeon Plucker, Pendant, Bodyguard, High Elf Slave, all out. And then you, lastly, you have nothing. Alright, so we're going to move you away, Furion. And we're going to obviously kill them all. Then, what do we need to do here? So, we have a Blackheart Corsair we're probably going to do. We'll keep the handbow ones. Keep a couple of the Reaper Bolt Throwers. Oh, you have a Master. Okay, you can move out of the army as well. Alright, I just want a single full stack. And you have another Harpy as well as a Blackheart Corsair with handbows. Yeah, we can keep the Harpies. Just for fun, just because we don't have them in other armies currently. But like every single army needs them though. Alright, so let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7, 8. I mean, we could keep the single Doomfire Warlock if we really, really wanted to. Well, either way, we need to make space for 8 to 9 units. Let's take out you Dark Shards. We can't be paying so much since we just had 12k per turn and we dropped down significantly. Let's get rid of all of you. You. High level or not, I will get rid of you as well. You're rank 2, so I don't want to lower the rank of the other Dread Spears. And now we have rank room for 7. Okay, I guess I rid of one of these. Alright, now we have room for 8. Fantastic. So, you are going to transfer 2 Reaper Bolt Throwers. We'll get rid of the others. And the Harpy, both Dark Shards, the Blackheart Corsairs with handbows. And I guess we could transfer the other stuff just to delete it. To be fair. Yeah, fine, do that. Let's do this. Like so. And I don't know why you moved over there, but I guess it doesn't matter. And then we're going to delete one of these Reaper Bolt Throwers. We're going to delete the Blackheart Corsair, mostly because this army is a defensive army and will need shielded units more than it will. The Corsairs, we want the other Harpy and the other Handbow unit, though that means we will not have enough space for the single unit of Doomfire Warlocks. Not that we necessarily need them here for a purely basic little defensive army, mind you. Although they will be able to chase stuff. Nah, just delete them. Can't have everything. Too much money would be wasted. All right, so you're gonna move in here. We're gonna pop you. Oh, you know what? We should actually keep the Repeater Crossbow Dark Riders because they're in Jaden's army and they're buffed up significantly by this. Maybe that would actually be better. than the Harpies. Well, in fact, it would definitely be better than the Harpies. But we have barely any melee units here. Maybe we take out the Harpies then. Alright, screw it. We'll build the Harpies in another army, like an actual proper Harpy army. Plus, we need to build the Harpies in an army that actually has, Harpies. Alrighty, there we go. You are all now moving away, and you are all moving away, and we're gonna just kill them all off. Jaden, you can sit in Arnheim with this army for now, and then we'll probably use you for various purposes, like gathering these islands and then defending against potential attacks from Avalorn. This still also has to be dealt with, incidentally. And the rest of these guys will hopefully be killed when we end the turn. Valaquir, you're probably going to join the other units. And is there anything you guys can do that would help us in terms of stances? Enemy leadership, miscast power, reserve? Nah, doesn't look like it. Huh, I wonder if they keep stances if we, yeah, but that doesn't really help, does it? It's fine, it's fine. Anyway, there we go. That's about it. There's a little bit of admin to do in terms of building, but I think I'll leave it until next episode. This confederation with Rakarth means I'm going to take a look at the buildings that we have here between the episodes and what buildings we may want to keep versus not stuff, so that we can do it quicker at the start of next episode rather than wasting time me looking at everything. And I'll probably do some similar stuff with some of the other territories as well, just so that I know what to plan out, and then I'll tell you guys at the start of the next episode. Anyway, calling it here. Next time we begin our war with Avalorn and start moving armies down there. We'll also continue recruitment, as we will need lots and lots of stuff, namely... Okay, you know what? Well, while we're here, let's finish this up like so. And then this will give us the ability to recruit 2 more Blackguard of Naggarond for Malekith, and I guess 2 Hargoneth Executioners. Mostly so that he... Damn, these guys are expensive. Mostly so that Malekith can have enough units. Otherwise, we don't have capacity for the Blackguard at the current time. I guess the question is, do we actually need Executioners in his army when he has Black Dragons to do the damage? The other option would be to complete the Dread Manse at Hag Grief. Maybe that's the way to do it, and then just give Malekith more Blackguard. Yeah, you know what, that's fine, let's do that. Hag Grief, we will complete the Dread Manse, like so. Lots of slave used from that, but there we go. And especially this will allow us to give Malekith lots and lots of these guys. And then he can have an edgy all-black army with black dragons and Blackguard of Naggarond and whatever. Anyway, as I said, calling it here. Next time we will be dealing with Avalorn. I was hoping to destroy these guys this episode, but we'll do it next time. And then same thing with the lizards, as well as they're about a turn or maybe 2 turns away from destruction. It begins. The invasion of Ulthuan will follow shortly, especially as Malekith's done down here, so stay tuned for that. Possibly the quest battle next time as well. Don't forget to leave a like and comment, especially to the 330 threshold. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.